Hi besties, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to Leendo's kitchen. Yes, so as you've seen with today's title, we'll be doing I could say one of my favorite dishes, which is chicken feet. So yeah, it's a South African favorite. I don't know if you're anywhere in the world. I don't know if you guys do eat chicken feet, but I know I personally love it, and a lot of people also do love it. So that's what we'll be doing today, and obviously I will be taking you guys along, showing you all the different steps one by one up until we achieve the final product. Alright, so we'll just go right ahead into the ingredients so I can show you guys what exactly you need to make yummy, delicious chicken feet.
Ooh, when I'm feeling so hungry, I go watch my favorite girl. When she's cooking and baking, I love that delicious dessert. Man, I love that Leendo's kitchen. Leendo's kitchen, I love you, Leendo, yeah. Cook for me, my Leendo. Man, I love that Leendo's kitchen. Leendo's kitchen, I love you, Leendo, yeah. Cook for me, my Leendo.
Alright, so first and foremost, obviously we need our chicken feet. So over here it's about 750 grams of chicken feet. I don't know how many they are, but yeah, it's 750 grams. And then over here I've got half red pepper and half green pepper diced, and then I've also got half an onion diced, and then over here we've got 2.5 tomatoes grated. That is basically that. Now moving on to the spices, obviously my mother-in-law spice, which is my favorite spice. We're gonna need half a teaspoon of that, half a teaspoon of steak and chops, half a teaspoon of Raja mild and spicy curry powder, as well as some oregano. Also we're gonna be using half a teaspoon. And then we have tomato paste, and we've got some salt. But salt, you first need to check if it's salty enough or not before you actually add your salt. So we'll also be using the oxtail cubes. We'll be using 1 oxtail cube, and then also a chicken stock pot. So it's also from from Knorr chicken stock pots. So yeah, those are basically what we're gonna be needing. And then lastly, we've got some minestrone soup. So this one, we'll see how it's gonna go. If maybe your soup does not thicken very well, then you can add some minestrone soup at the end, but we'll see when we begin with our chicken feet. So yeah, and also I am using the oxtail flavor for Knorrox because it usually has a very strong and rich taste, and it's also like dark brown in color, so it'll make your chicken feet to have that darker nyana color instead of the normal chicken. You know how the chicken cubes are, they're very light in color, so I prefer using this one, and it also has a very nice taste. So yeah, let us begin with our chicken feet. Okay besties, so before we start, in our pan I just want to dissolve this chicken stock pot. So I want to dissolve it together with the Knorrox oxtail cube. So I'm going to add them together in here, and then I'm going to add about 750 milliliters of hot water. Hence you see my kettle here. So let me just quickly do that. Then just add up until it's 750. That is basically 1.5 cup of hot water, rapidly boiling water. And then just mix, let it dissolve nicely. And so in the meantime, while it dissolves, we're gonna go back to our stove and start with the cooking process. Come on. Okay besties, so we're gonna start by browning our onion, but of course just up until it's a bit translucent. As you can see now, it's slowly but surely becoming translucent. Then I'm going to add my spices. Remember I told you it's half a teaspoon of all the spices. So I'm gonna add mild and spicy curry powder, steak and chop spice, mother-in-law spice, as well as some oregano. So now let me start adding. It's very important to have oregano. If you don't have it, you can use maybe another type of what you call this, dried herbs. I don't like using fresh herbs, I prefer dry herbs. And then lastly, we're going to add our mother-in-law spice, also half a teaspoon. And then we are done with our spices. So just mix them up. And then let that brown a bit for 2 minutes, and then we're gonna add our red and green peppers. Alright, so now our onion is a bit soft, so now we're adding our red and green peppers. Let that cook on medium heat for about 5 minutes. Then I'll show you the next step. Okay besties, so now the green and the red pepper are nice and soft. As you can see, they are very soft. So I'm going to proceed and add the chicken feet. Also make sure your heat is on medium, meaning on level 3 out of 6. So just add them in nicely. I also cut the nails because I don't like them, so I prefer them like this. Other people prefer them with the nails. I personally don't, so I always cut them. So now what you are doing now is you are trying to brown these chicken feet. Alright, so I'm going to leave them for about 5 minutes. I'll actually close the lid, and then after 5 minutes I'm going to add the dissolved stock pot with the Oxtail stock cube. Yeah, then I'm gonna add that mixture in here, and then they're gonna cook nicely, yeah, for about 40 minutes or 30 to 40 minutes, and then I'll show you what to do next. So right now let me just close the lid and leave them for about 5 minutes. Okay, so it's about 5 minutes later now. This is how it looks. They have browned very nicely. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to add some tomato paste. I'm gonna squeeze in just a bit. So tomato paste basically gives a very strong tomato-like flavor, and it makes the chicken wings, chicken feet very nice. So I really like to use it. So once you have added it, just mix. It might not mix properly now, but because we're going to add the dissolved chicken stock pots as well as oxtail, it will mix very well. So here it is. So I'm just going to add that.
So hungry.
So now that I've added this, I'm going to let it cook for 30 minutes on medium heat, and then afterwards I'm gonna, okay, hold it right there. After that I'll show you guys after 30 minutes. So for now we leave this like this, and we'll be back in 30 minutes. Okay, besties, so it's 40 minutes later, so let's see how it looks. Can you see that? Like, it's pretty much cooked. So now the only thing I'm going to add is the tomato so that it thickens up the sauce. So just add that in, and then we'll leave it for about 15 minutes or 10 minutes actually. And then the soup is gonna be nice and thick with the tomato. And also I will no longer be needing the minestrone soup. Remember I said to you, if the soup is not thick enough, but I can clearly see that with mine it's really gonna be nice and thick after the 10 minutes, so I will no longer be needing it. But if yours does not turn out thick enough, then you can add a bit of the minestrone soup, and then yeah, you should be done. So I'll just show you guys the final product once the tomato has cooked in after about 5 to 10 minutes. So let us just leave it, and then at this point do not close the lid, just leave it on medium heat, so like on level 3 out of 6, and then yeah, just let it cook, and then in 5 to 10 minutes it should be good. Alright besties, so we are finally done. I don't know if you can just see here. Can you see the soup? It's nice and thick. So these are our wings, our chicken feet. Ooh, yeah, so we are done, and thank you so much for tuning in to my channel and for watching this video up until this point. This meal I know will come in very handy, you know, for all the chicken feet lovers. So yeah, please don't forget to subscribe, like and comment on this video, and also share it so that a lot more people can be able to see this video. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you on my next video, besties. Bye.
Ooh, when I'm feeling so hungry, I go watch my favorite girl. When she's cooking and baking, I love that delicious dessert. Man, I love that Leendo's kissing. Leendo's kissing. I love you, Leendo, yeah.